Henry and Bee by Jessica Bagley. It's always lucky to find someone who understands you. And that's why Henry and Bee were the best of friends. They always had fun together. It's as if they could tell what the other was thinking without saying a word. Except for one day when Henry seemed quiet and sad. No one, not even Bee, knew why. "I want to sit by myself," said Henry at lunchtime. She tried to find out what was the matter, but Henry acted like they weren't even friends. "What did I do?" asked Bee. "Just leave me alone," said Henry. And she did. It was hard on Bee. She missed her friend. Then Mrs. Birchfield made an announcement. "This Friday, we're taking a field trip to my family's farm." The class buzzed with excitement, except for Henry. "This is going to be great," Bee turned and said to Henry out of habit. Mumbled Henry. The morning of the field trip was cold and gray. The class gathered outside to get onto the bus. Neither Henry nor Bee had been to a farm, and Bee thought maybe the field trip might make him feel happier. "Can I sit by you?" Bee gently asked Henry. "I don't care," he huffed, and he looked the other way. The bus rumbled up to the old farm and rolled past the brightly colored autumn trees as the cows chewed on the dewy morning grass. The class was given a tour of how the farm was run. But Henry was still having a tough time and went off on his own again. When Bee opened the barn door, the air was musky and dark with old tools and tractors quietly rusting away. Her warm breath cut through the darkness. She spied Henry in the hayloft and climbed up, a little reluctantly. "I found this," said Henry without looking at Bee. It was an old cat collar. The leather strap was tattered and broken, and the dirt from age made the tag really hard to read. Henry started to cry. Bee froze. "What's wrong?" "Buddy died last week," said Henry, wiping his eyes. "Oh," said Bee, "I didn't know. He was such a sweet old cat." "It's hard to lose a friend," she said quietly. Bee gently put the collar back into Henry's hand. Just then a loud rumble in the distance cut through the air. The old barn door creaked open loudly. "Bee! Henry!" called Mrs. Birchfield. "We're up here," Bee responded quickly. Henry rushed to wipe his face. "Everyone needs to come inside. A storm is coming." Bee and Henry climbed down from the hayloft in silence. Then, as they were walking back to the farmhouse, Bee got an idea. "Wait," she said to Henry, and grabbed a small shovel that was resting on a bench. She began to dig a hole next to the barn. "Let's say goodbye to Buddy." Henry nodded as he wiped away a few remaining tears. Henry placed the collar in the hole, and together they covered it carefully. They heard a soft sprinkle of rain hit the dirt. The dark clouds came up behind them and filled the sky. The rain started to come down even harder. The rest of the class squealed with excitement as they ran into the farmhouse. Henry and Bee were the last to make it there, but Henry stopped at the steps. Bee understood. "I won't say anything," she said quietly. As the class got out of their muddy boots and ate some freshly baked cookies, they all chattered about the things they had seen. Henry looked out the window. "Maybe we'll see some lightning," he mumbled to Bee through a mouthful of cookies. "Yeah," said Bee, chomping down on one of her own. "Or maybe even a rainbow." I hope you have a good friend like that, and I hope you become a good friend like that.